Fox Sports.
We are Fox. We are Minnesota.
Another beautiful night at a beautiful ballpark. Opening game of a 3-game series with the first place Chicago White Sox at Target Field. A week ago, the Twins were swept in Chicago, but now they're coming off a sweep of the Indians. 28 runs scored over the 3 games. Van Revere, a big part of it. 6 hits in the 3 games, 3 runs scored, a couple of doubles, stolen bases. A big factor in the 3-game sweep. And to the surprise of just about everyone, the Chicago White Sox are leading the American League Central. Paul Konerko, a big reason why. And good evening from Target Field. Dick Bremer along with Bert Blyleven as the Twins hope to extend a little winning streak through this Chicago series here. And one thing that's been encouraging since the All-Star break, now granted it's not the starting pitchers we were expecting to see this time of year, but the starters have done a pretty good job.
Yeah, they really have, Dick. I think it starts with Diamond here on Friday night against the let's take a look at the series starters right now. Quintana against DeFries. These guys hooked up last Tuesday, and it was DeFries that left that ballgame with a 4-2 lead, but the Chicago White Sox ended up winning. Liriano tomorrow night, folks, against Nick Blackburn. And then Scott Diamond coming off what we saw over the weekend. Scott Diamond with the shutout, a complete game victory against the Cleveland Indians. And then Dodono pitching 7 very good innings. And then in yesterday's ball game, it was Brian Dunsing working out of the stretch position, pitched 6 very good innings and a nice sweep over the Indians.
And so Cole DeVries will make the start for the Twins today. Back-to-back starts against a first-place ball club. It'll be an interesting situation for Mr. DeVries.
Well, you know what? He's a guy that really needs to hit his spots. This will be his 3rd career start against the White Sox. Back-to-back starts, but again, a guy that was not even drafted, Dick. He's living his dream right here, and he's pitching at home. Hopefully he'll have another good one.
Bit of a transition for Francisco Liriano, who was, of course, a member of the Twins. He'll start against the Twins tomorrow night. We'll hear from Frankie when we come back. North is brought to you by your local Northland Ford dealers. Visit your local Northland Ford dealer or go to northlandford.com. And by Menards. Save big money on all your home improvement needs at Menards.
Twins going to try to extract a little bit of revenge against the Chicago White Sox, this time at Target Field on Fox Sports North. I'm Robbie Mikowski. Thanks for tuning in. Well, a few nights ago, the Twins made big news, trading pitcher Francisco Liriano to the Chicago White Sox. And on tomorrow night, Francisco Liriano is going to pitch here. And here he is for the first time walking in as a member of the opposing team at Target Field. Earlier, Francisco Liriano was asked his reaction when he found out about the trade to the White Sox.
I got the phone call around 10:30. And, I was in shock. I wasn't expecting to get a trade, the night before my game. So, and getting trade to same division, it's kind of weird too. But, things happen. And, I don't know, it just feels weird. But, things happen. More impressive, And, like I said, I'm not going to change anything. So probably just go out there and try to do my best, do my job. And, give it a chance to the team to win some ball game, and probably do my part. They're playing pretty good baseball right now, and just want to fit in, trying to do my part.
And Francisco Liriano going to wear jersey number 58 for the Chicago White Sox. When we come back, it's the hometown boy, Cole DeVries, taken to the mound. Dick and Bert with first pitch next.
Starters were dominant. The defense dynamic. The offense was both prolific and clutch. Tonight they look to keep the trend going as they face their biggest rival and the division-leading White Sox. Twins baseball is next. And Joe Mauer and the Twins coming off one of the high points of the season, a 3-game sweep of the contending Cleveland Indians. And now the first place Chicago White Sox, who've given the Twins trouble all year long. The Twins were swept by the White Sox in Chicago a week ago.
Yeah, this is a 10th game between these two ball clubs, and right now the Chicago White Sox with a 7-2 advantage. Robin Ventura in his first season as a manager finds his club in first place.
Menards batting order for the White Sox: Alejandro De Aza, Kevin Youkilis, Adam Dunn, Paul Konerko, Alex Rios, A.J. Pierzynski, Diane Viciedo, Alexei Ramirez, and Gordon Beckham.
And it'll be Cole DeVries on the mound, making his 9th Major League start, his 5th career start here at Target Field. As we mentioned in the open, his 3rd career start against the Chicago White Sox. He made his major league debut against Chicago in Chicago back in the late part of May, and then his last start again in Chicago. He left the ball game with a 4-2 lead, but that's the game that the bullpen kind of exploded and deploted, I guess, and the Twins lost 11-4.
Northland for defense for the Twins. Ryan Doumit getting left field tonight. Denard Span in center. Ben Revere in right. Danny Valencia, Brian Dozier, Jamie Carroll, Justin Morneau around the infield, and Joe Mauer behind the plate. Josh Willingham in the ball game as the designated hitter, but to get him off his legs for a game, we've seen Ron Gardenhire do this in the past. Doumit gets a chance to play left.
So important for Ryan Doumit. He has played so many different positions to give a guy like Willingham a time off on the field.
Here is De Aza back in the lineup for the White Sox. The White Sox took 2 out of 3 in Texas, but a near serious situation in Friday's game. De Aza and Ramirez collided. They both had injured wrists, and De Aza missed Saturday's and Sunday's game, but he's back in there tonight.
Yeah, a little bit of a sprained left wrist for De Aza. He's done a very good job as a leadoff hitter.
And DeVries gets ahead of him 0-2.
De Aza in his 3rd season with the Chicago White Sox, originally property of the Florida Marlins when he came up in 2007.
And in the dirt, down and away. You mentioned DeVries has already started a couple of times against the White Sox, and what if just for a little turn of luck he would have had wins in both of those ball games.
Yeah, that opening day start for him in Chicago back on the May 24th. He pitched well in that ball game, but he gave up 6 runs, only 3 earned runs. And his last start, as I mentioned, he left with the lead.
Ooh, Piazza fouling it off a leg.
Yeah, like a little cut fastball right there. And DeVries, I think we all know that he's not going to overpower anybody. He has to hit his spots. He'll mix in this pitch right there like a little slider that Piazza beat right into himself. Looked like that back knee. The left knee.
1-2. And came inside and got a swing and a foul back. Just to capsulize DeVries' 2 starts. Twins had a lead after 5. The Twins sent him out in his major league debut to try to finish off the 6th inning. Gave up a couple of home runs right out of the chute. There went the lead. There went the win. In his last start, the Twins pulled him after 6 effective innings. Turned it over to a bullpen that had been pretty reliable, but not that night. And there went the win again. Outside 2-2. De Aza followed by Youkilis and Dunn.
Well, for Cole, his last 5 starts since being recalled have been quality starts, even though he does not have a win yet.
Did he check? Yep, and it's a full count. So it's been a struggle here, a battle between De Aza and DeVries to start the ball game.
A high pitch right here, and De Aza holds up. Only 3 walks for Cole over his last 3 outings. Excuse me, 5 outings.
Sharply hit and a great at bat for De Aza. Some really ugly looking swings, but he kept his at bat alive and ended up serving a base hit to left field.
Pitch out over the plate, and like Denard Span, De Aza waiting on nicely on this pitch and just slapping it the other way. Take a look at the pitch away, and De Aza just takes it with him, not trying to pull it. Ball left up about belt high, and you're right, good piece of hitting right there.
So De Aza aboard, and here's Youkilis. Up and in, ball 1.
Youkilis coming over from the Boston Red Sox on June 24th in a trade.
Youkilis doing roughly for the White Sox what he did for the Red Sox this year when he wasn't hurt. The difference is that is so much better than what the White Sox were getting at third base in terms of offense. Brent Morel at the start of the year. Orlando Hudson was acquired. Had never played third base. They ran him over there, and there was a reason the Padres released Hudson. He's not in the prime of his career. Neither is Youkilis, but he's hit 6 home runs, cracked 4 doubles for the White Sox.
Well, I think the change did him very well, too. He just needed to get out of Boston.
Yeah.
He had some problems with the manager, Bobby Valentine.
One and two. DeVries got ahead of Diaza, then gave up the base hit. Now he's ahead of Youkilis. There's the O-Dog. A couple years ago, the Twins picked him up.
Yeah, anytime you can pick up a guy like Youkilis, a 3-time All-Star, getting a new bat.
Got one more swipe of the pine tar from the old bat. Carry it over to the new one. So 1 and 2. Youkilis has bounced into 8 double plays. DeVries more of a fly ball pitcher.
Yeah, he's had 3 double plays turned behind him and a throw over to Diaza, who has some speed. 18 stolen bases in 26 attempts.
White Sox have 3 players in double digits in steals. Diaza leading with the 18, Rios with 15, Ramirez with 13. And DeVries comes inside and misses. He pounded the ball inside to Diaza after getting ahead of him.
You have to pitch hard in to open up the outer half of the plate, but the outer half of the plate is your bread and butter. Let the hitters know that you will come in, but you also have to hit that spot down and away. Watch Mauer where he sets up here. Going back in again. And a throw over. Sometimes catchers will do that. If Mauer did call a throw over, maybe from the bench, the catcher will move in case Youkilis sees the throw over and then looks back and sees where the catcher's sitting.
And now he'll set up outside
now he may
for the
set
pitch.
away,
Okay.
right.
And sure enough, there he was sitting up on the outside of the plate.
Yeah, that's a hanger right there, and Youkilis fouled it off. You're not going to get too many ground balls up there. Got to keep that ball down in the strike zone.
Steve Little giving signs to Joe Mauer. Two and two. There goes Diaza. The pitch inside. Mauer's throw not in time. So Diaza with a clean steal of second base. And the count goes full to Youkilis.
Yeah, a lot of times when we talk about catchers, Joe Mauer has a great arm. All 3 catchers for the Twins, good arms. But when you have a jump like that off the pitcher, it's not the catcher. It's Diaza stole that off of Cole DeVries. So Diaza steals his 19th base of the year.
Full count to Youkilis. Foul tip. Mauer can't quite hang on, and the at-bat continues. Well, 15 pitches thrown already for DeVries. Nobody out. And the White Sox building a first-inning threat. Gorgeous night for baseball here. The Twins played in front of huge crowds over the weekend. Played good baseball, hoping that will continue for the balance of the homestand. Came inside, got a swinging strike 3.
Oh, big strike out there. Youkilis unable to advance. Diaza from second base. For DeVries, he picks up his 34th strikeout on the season in 48 innings pitched.
That's a pretty heavy sinker he threw him right there. Youkilis swung right over the top of it. Here's Adam Dunn. .353 at bats, 150 strikeouts already for Adam Dunn.
But unlike last year, he is hitting the ball out of the ballpark.
He is 31 home runs, 73 runs batted in.
Last year in 122 ball games, hit only 159, hit only 11 home runs. So he's been one big reason that the Chicago White Sox are in first place.
31 home runs and 45 hits that aren't home runs. That's remarkable.
Swing hard in case you hit it.
And he does that. Leading the league with the 31 home runs. But on pace to finish in the neighborhood of 250 strikeouts. High and tight, 2-1. Pop straight up. Valencia retreats. Dozier over. And that's out number 2.
Good off-speed pitch right there.
Paul Konerko's done it against the Twins all year long, hitting over 500 against him, or against the Twins. And he has absolutely owned Cole DeVries.
Yeah, Paul Konerko against the Twins this season, 15 hits in 29 at-bats, 4 home runs and 9 runs driven in. And against Cole DeVries, Konerko 5 for 6 with a couple home runs.
3 for 3 against DeVries in Chicago last week. DeVries only gave up 7 hits in those 6 innings, but 3 times Konerko got him. Here's a pop-up down the right field line, and Revere chasing after it, and the ball drifts back into the seats. Konerko hit a home run the first time he saw DeVries. That tied the game way back in May, and then he hit the opposite field home run against DeVries last week.
And believe me, as a pitcher, you know that too. So we'll see how he tries to go about his business right here, DeVries against Konerko. First pitch, fastball, hard away. That Konerko hit foul down that right field line.
1 strike.
Good pitch right there. That's a good pitch. That's where you want to. I always thought Paul Konerko's a good breaking ball hitter. I think you have to pound him with fastballs, and that ball just off the plate. That's where you have to pitch him hard and then go hard inside. You leave a breaking ball up to this guy, he's going to hit it a long way.
That's on the outside corner.
He came right back with it again.
1-2.
Just missed with the previous pitch, goes right back out there. That's the pitcher's pitch. You can see ball's almost the same spot, but you keep hitting that glove, you're going to make that plate grow a little bit. 3 straight fastballs to Konerko here. You stay with another fastball. Away.
Busted bat, a roller up the middle, and Konerko does it again. We saw that in Chicago last week. Throughout the entire series, Konerko, with 2 strikes, just conscious of putting the ball in play. The Twins could not strike him out, and he got several hits like this one that put the White Sox up 1-0.
Well, you see the 3 previous pitches. He threw a pitcher's pitch, and then he comes inside, and Konerko still very quick up the middle, drives in a run, picks up his 52nd RBI, and is now 16 for 30 against the Twins this year.
Here's Rios. Oh, it looked like DeVries threw the ball right where he wanted to, inside, got in on the handle of the bat, cracked the bat, strike 1.
No, I disagree. I think they have to. You had a pitch to waste right there. You got to come in harder than that. It still had too much of the plate. The outside part of the plate is, I think, where you have to get Konerko out. You come in for a purpose.
Driven out to right field, and Revere will try to cut it off. And Konerko will stay at second base. So now the challenge for DeVries, giving up 3 singles here. Make sure that nothing mushrooms in this first inning. Pierzynski will hit.
Well, we talked a little bit about Adam Dunn. How about Alex Rios, what he has been able to produce this year for the Chicago White Sox compared to last year? Rios hit only .227, and right now he came into this game hitting .310.
And now here's Pierzynski.
Look at the difference last year. Wow. Compared to this year.
He would get my vote if I had one for comeback player of the year, because he's done it across the board. Here's Pierzynski teeing off on the first pitch, and it's a 3-run home run and a 4-0 Chicago lead. So Pierzynski hits his 17th, and all the carnage here in this first inning done with 2 outs. And remember, Konerko had 2 strikes.
Yep. You can go back to that fastball inside when the 3 previous pitches Konerko took away. They went inside, he got the base hit, he left the fastball up to Rios, and then Pierzynski hitting his 2nd home run against the Freeze this year. It's a big 3-run home run, and the White Sox take a 4-0 lead.
Here's Viciedo. DeVries so close to getting out of the inning. The broken bat single. And another hit, a long home run by Pierzynski, and now ball 1 to Viciedo. This will be the 29th pitch for DeVries here in the first inning. Breaking ball over.
th home run that DeVries has allowed, this being his 10th start.
Right off the end of the bat. 1-2.
Not the way you want to start a ball game. 30 pitches already, and 4 runs for the White Sox on the board.
Bouncer left side. Valencia has it. Over to Morneau to end the inning. Good first inning for the White Sox. They get a couple of, well, actually 3 big 2-out hits, including Pierzynski, 3-run home run. Inning. Gardenhire has taken his lumps against the White Sox this year. The Menards batting order for tonight's game: Span, Revere, and Mauer, then Willingham, Morneau, and Domet, Valencia, Dozier, and Carroll.
And on the mound for the White Sox, it'll be Jose Quintana. Quintana making his 12th start of the year, his 14th appearance. Very good win-loss record at 4-1 with a combined 2.58 earned run average. He hooked up against Cole DeVries in Chicago their last times out. The Twins were able to score 4 runs off of him in 6 1/3 innings.
He's not used to this kind of run support. He's pitched much better than his one-loss record would indicate. Here is Span. Strike at the knees. Span, Revere, and Mauer hoping to get at least one back here in the bottom of the first. 1-1.
Well, Quintana just 23 years old with a fastball, not overpowering, curveball, and a changeup in his rookie season with the White Sox.
High chopper over the mound. Ramirez will hustle and bobble it. And Span will be aboard with an infield hit.
Well, Ramirez very steady at short, but this ball right here, you know you have to hurry your throw because who's rustling down that line, and Ramirez got it and then lost the grip of the baseball in the exchange right here. Got the ball in his glove, and then in the exchange, the ball just drops out.
So the Twins get a leadoff single. We'll see what Revere can do to build a threat here in the first inning. Taken low, ball one.
Let's take a look at our GMC keys to the game, and it revolves a guy at home plate right now, Ben Revere. In wins, this guy's hitting over 400. Here at home, over 350. And against left-handers, here at home this year, hitting 378.
Revere didn't face Quintana in Chicago last week. Darren Mastroianni got the start in right field. Quintana pitching on 5 days rest. The White Sox juggling the rotation with the addition of Francisco Liriano. This one driven to the left field corner. Viciedo going back. That's a long run. He's not going to get there. Span will go to third. They're going to hold him there. And Revere with a fly ball double over Dan Viciedo.
You know, in that Cleveland series, we saw Ben Revere hit a ball to left field that Duncan ended up running down. Had to, you know, they play him a little shallow. And right here, Viciedo kind of got burned because Ben Revere hit it over his head. You see where he's playing pretty shallow in left field. And the one hops to track, and it's a double for Ben Revere, his 11th of the season.
Mauer with 2 speedy runners on base and nobody out. White Sox play the infield back. Mauer was 1 for 3 against Quintana in Chicago last week. Fastball down the middle. When we were in Chicago, we mentioned Quintana did something no other pitcher's done since 1900 when they started keeping records of things like this. 3 times this year he's pitched shutout ball for 8 innings and gotten a no decision. So he must not really know how to react getting 4 runs on the board before he throws his first pitch.
Well, he's given up 2 straight hits.
1-1. 1-1. Base hit left field. Revere to third. He had to play it close to second base, thinking Ramirez might have a play. And the Twins' bottom of the first starts with 3 hits.
Well, I think what we've seen, Dick, here at home, the Twins have really enjoyed hitting here over the last 13 ball games. Coming into this game, the Twins are batting .325 and scoring a lot of runs.
Hitting a lot of home runs.
Yep, and that ball right there hit past Ramirez. And Mauer picks up an RBI, his 49th of the year. So 3 straight hits for the Twins.
In that stretch that you've talked about, the last 13 games, great batting average, but 18 home runs in the last 13 games here. Willingham capable of doing that. He loves hitting in this ballpark, and he's had pretty good success already against Quintana. Taking low, ball 1. And Pierzynski blocks it. 2-0. There's only been in Quintana's rookie season here now. Going to look at Pierzynski, who is able to keep that around the dirt area. There's only been 3 starts this year where Quintana's given up more than 2 runs in a game. One of those was his last start against the Twins. He gave up 4, and all 4 runs came on Willingham swings. 3-0.
Yeah, this is just his 12th major league start, and as you mentioned, the 3 shutout 8 innings. He's gone 8 innings at least 4 times in those 11 starts, so he's done a very good job.
Willingham took him deep twice in Chicago. He'll be green lighted here on 3-0. Scalded down the line, fair. Revere will score. Bauer will hold at second base. The only thing that was missing on that 3-0 pitch and the contact made by Willingham was loft. He absolutely smoked that ball down the line.
Willingham picking up his 79th RBI of the year, 3rd most in the American League. Got a fastball, and Youkilis at third base goes to his right, and the ball gets by him so quickly down that left field line.
Don Cooper with a quick trip to the mound. And Quintana has been ripped here in the first inning. Span hit a chopper over the mound. Revere hit a fly ball. Bauer a sharp grounder. Willingham a line drive, and now Morneau. So the Twins have already cut the White Sox lead in half. Nobody out. Morneau with a couple of hits against Quintana last week. Single and a double. Up and in, ball 1. Span and Revere have already scored here in this Twins first inning. To center. Heading back is De Aza. Bauer will set up for a tag, and he'll advance. So a fly ball to center, deep enough to move Bauer up a base, 1 down. Let's check out the White Sox in the field. Brought to you by Northland Ford. Viciedo in left, Diaza in center, Rios in right. Youkilis, Ramirez, Beckham, Konerko, the infielders. Pierzynski missed some time. He's back behind the plate.
Chicago's defense, they've made only 44 errors behind their pitching staff this year, and only the Seattle Mariners have made fewer errors with 39.
Here's Ryan Doumit in a big at bat in the first inning. The tying run at first, only 1 out. Doumit hit by a pitch last week by Quintana. High fastball and a foul ball. Foul tip, 1 strike. Bouncer right side. Beckham cuts it off. Out there. Relay first. Thrown away. Bauer will score. It's 4-3, and Doumit will go to second. So Doumit will get credit for a run batted in, and now he is the tying run at second base.
It would have been a tough double play. Beckett having to go to his left right here. And makes a good feed over to Ramirez. Now Ramirez does a little spin around right here, and then throwing the ball past Konerko into the camera well. There'll be an error on Ramirez, allowing Doumit to go to second.
So a 4-3 ball game. And here's Valencia. Outside, ball 1. So in Quintana's starting a log this year, only 4 times has a team scored more than 2 runs, and the Twins have done it to him twice. is high 2-0. Well, the White Sox knew they had to do something on the pitching front. They've got Quintana, who a year ago was pitching in Class A ball. You've got Sale making the conversion from reliever to starter. They're going to be very careful with him. Strike on the outside corner. Floyd has had some elbow problems. Danks has got some shoulder problems. So in that sense, maybe we shouldn't have been surprised that Liriano was traded to the White Sox, because of all the contending teams out there, they probably were more pitching hungry than anybody else.
And Philip Humber has been struggling a little bit. He just came off the disabled list. You have the workhorse, Jake Peavy.
Base hit. Doman around third. He'll tie the game. Valencia comes through. And it's 4 apiece.
Boy, you like to see the fight of these Minnesota Twins. Danny picking up his second hit since coming back from Rochester. Fastball taking it right back up the middle. So Doman scoring the 4th run of the inning. And for Valencia, that's his 13th RBI of the year.
Here's Dozier, the 8th place hitter, batting in the 1st inning. And DeVries has been given a reprieve.
0-0 ball game.
Dozier taps it foul. Dozier with a really good weekend series, both in the field and at the plate. Fouled away, 2 strikes. The 24th pitch of Quintana's 1st inning. Man might have another chance here if Dozier and Carroll can get aboard. Two strikes to the Twin shortstop. Checked his swing, and did he go? No swing, says Mike Muchlinski. Brzezinski blocked it, pounced on it, but it's ball 1.
Adrian Johnson, a home plate umpire, right away asking the first base umpire whether he went.
Twins didn't do well in Chicago. Done much better here tonight. In fact, as poorly as the Twins hit with men in scoring position in that series, the Texas Rangers in Arlington were worse. The story of the series was Texas's inability to get any clutch hits against the White Sox through their 3-game series.
Yeah, both starters throwing a lot of pitches in the 1st inning. DeVries 31, Quintana 25 so far.
2-2 to Dozier. Another tapper foul. Gorgeous night. And we're happy you're spending part of your Monday night with Twins baseball tonight. 2-2 to Dozier. Ramirez scoops it up, flips to Beckham to end the inning. A good play by Alexei Ramirez. But the Twins cover up an early 4-0 deficit with some clutch hitting in the bottom of the 1st.
4 here at Target Field. I'm Robbie. It's Mikowski. Well, the Twins on a good streak lately, but the Minnesota Timberwolves have made some news. And tomorrow continues where they introduce Brandon Roy as the newest member of the ball club. Brandon Roy, a 3-time All-Star, comes over from the Portland Trailblazers. And that press conference will air on Fox Sports North tomorrow afternoon at 1 o'clock. Brandon Roy has a history with the Portland Trailblazers, as does their president of basketball operations, David Kondigenberg. So good news for the Timberwolves. They got Andrei Kirilenko and Alexei Shved, 2 players from Russia, playing really well. It's going to be an exciting year. Hopefully Ricky Rubio comes back from injury and the Timberwolves can make another playoff push.
Thank you, Robbie.
Yep, be nice to see.
DeVries pitching to Ramirez. A breaking pitch taken for a strike. Now a ground ball foul. 2 strikes. Ramirez, Beckham, and De Aza facing DeVries. Never really got a chance to pitch much from the windup in the first inning. De Aza got a base hit. And Konerko, Rios, Pierzynski all got 2 out hits to make it a 4-0 ball game.
Well, you change your game plan after that first inning. You really concentrate on getting that ball down. Hard breaking ball there.
1-2.
Fastball away. Joe wants. Now get it down and away. That's the pitch.
Off the
North is
plate.
missing.
2-2.
See what Fox Track says. Bit outside. This the 2-seam fastball has some sink on it.
And got a foul tip on a check swing.
Ramirez, a career .323 hitter against Twins over his career. 96 hits and 297 at bats.
A breaking pitch. That's another foul tip. And the pitch count continues to mount for DeVries. He's gotten to 2 strikes on a number of hitters. He just hasn't been able to, with the exception of Youkilis, get a quick 3rd strike or a quick out. To right center field. Revere chasing it. 1 down. Ron Comer last week in Chicago. DeVries pitched against the White Sox. You were up in the booth, and from your perspective, what's DeVries have to do differently, if anything, in pitching them against them for the 2nd time in a row?
Well, I think first of all, in the last start, he had great command of the fastball. He was able to move it in and out for strikes and then just move it off the plate. And he got them swinging early. And he really pitched a lot of the power hitters inside and established that pitch early in the ball game. Then what happened is we saw the slow breaking pitch, and it was very effective. Right there is the slow breaking ball.
And Beckham hooks it into the corner. He's got a 1-out double.
Those pitches that he's throwing right now, you're seeing a lot of good swings by both teams, because a lot of these pitches are in the middle of the plate, and neither pitcher has established speeding up a hitter by coming inside. And I think for guys who are controlled pitchers, you have to pitch inside, as you said, Bert, to open up the off-speed pitch or the pitch away.
Well, that ball right there, that's a hanger right there. When you're having trouble with your breaking ball, you have to think of dropping that breaking ball just on the other side of home plate, especially that first pitch or two. And DeVries are leaving a lot of pitches up right now.
De Aza lines it to Morneau, fires to second. Not in time. Good job by Beckham getting back to the bag. Line drive for the 2nd out of the inning.
That again is a pitch that's up in the zone that was turned on. I liked when Cole last outing, Bert, he threw some pitches in and in off the plate and really made hitters aware of the ball inside. He did a great job to Adam Dunn also doing that.
And he struck out Kevin Youkilis doing that. He threw that sinker down and in after pitching him in off the plate a couple of times. 1-0. 2-0. Youkilis struck out for the first out of the inning. Dunn popped up for the second out, and then the trouble began. Different runner, different hitter, but now DeVries has got the same situation he had in the first inning. 2 outs and a runner at second.
Just rushing a bit out there, creating a lot of pitches up in the zone.
3-0 to Youkilis. Well, he doesn't like to walk people, does he?
Well, not a bad hitter when he has the count in his favor. Kevin Youkilis, a .361 hitter.
Three and one. Breaking ball over for strike 2.
Good pitch right here, freezing Youkilis. Definitely looking fastball and a breaking ball over the plate.
Struck him out on a sinker in the first inning. He walked him. So now Dunn will come up with 2 men aboard. Been a struggle for Cole DeVries here. He's only gotten 5 outs. And his next pitch will be his 47th. Tenth walk issued by DeVries on the season. That clips the inside corner. Outside, 1-1.
Well, with all the strikeouts, still come the home runs for Adam Dunn.
High, and it's 2-1. Twins just covered up the early 4-0 deficit in the bottom of the first. DeVries struggling to get the Twins off the field in the second. Ball sailing wide with Konerko on deck. 50 pitches already for Cole DeVries.
And a dangerous pitch to a good fastball hitter. See what they throw here.
Tapper right side. Carroll to Morneau. And the White Sox strand a couple, and DeVries wriggles out of a jam in the second. Hold the breeze. We're tied at 4. Jose Quintana hoping to get through the second inning without allowing any more runs.
Yeah, he had a tough first inning, too. Gave up 5 hits and 4 runs, 3 earned runs. As the game is tied at 4.
Jamie Carroll got a couple of games off in the Cleveland series. Getting the start at second base here in the series opener with Chicago. 1-1.
As you get older as a player like Jamie Carroll at 38 years old, you appreciate the couple of days off. It kind of refreshes you a little bit. Struggling a bit at the plate.
That's driven to the gap in left center. Viciedo will cut it off. Carroll's aboard with a sharp single.
Well, maybe the 2 days off right there. You saw the quickness of the bat.
Well, they call it the dog days of August, but when you're 38, 39 years old, the dog days creep into July a little bit.
They do.
All right, pay attention, Bert. Saturday, August 4th, the UFC returns to Fox with 4 massive fights, including knockout artist Shogun Rua taking on Brandon Vera in the biggest fight of his career, plus an epic bout between former UFC champ Lyoto Machida and rising star Ryan Bader. UFC Fight Night on Fox, presented by Bud Light, is live from Los Angeles, Saturday, August 4th. 7 Central.
And again, a good read. Good read.
But see, they've taken these names here and they've spelled them phonetically for me, and then someone else has spelled phonetically the word former and Pacific, things like that. Like
I think that was meant for me.
Oh, is that right? 1 strike to Span. Twins took a leadoff single and built it into 4 runs in the first inning. Now Span drops down a bunt. And Pierzynski's going to have to hurry. He gets spanned by a step. Who'll get credit for a sacrifice?
Always a tough play for a catcher to come jumping out like AJ did. And that ball just kept drifting toward the mound. And AJ had to barehand it and make a good solid throw to get the speedy Span. Span getting the sacrifice, moving Carroll into scoring position.
And now here's Ben Revere. Hit a fly ball double into the left field corner, and now Viciedo's playing him about 15 feet deeper. Strike 1. Revere tonight playing in his 67th game. He scored his 35th run. If he can continue to hit around the 300 mark and draw more walks, there's no reason to believe he can't be a 100 run scored a year guy for the Twins. Whatever means he uses to get to first base, we've seen him be more and more aggressive in stealing second. He's got a 3-time, perhaps a 4-time batting champion hitting behind him. I mean, I can see this guy scoring 100 runs, can't you?
I can, yes. He does so many things right once he's up at that plate. He slaps the ball, beats it into the ground, will hit line drives. When he hits fly balls, you don't want him to do that, even though he hit that ball deep for a double in his first at-bat. He's more of a line drive, slap-type hitter that utilizes speed and then gets on and then steals bases. Leads the club with 24 stolen bases.
When he was called up last year, of course, he hit over 300 everywhere he'd been, but up here. And last year hit 267. Now to right field. And Rios over to make a running catch. That's out number 2.
Yeah, he had 267, but he stole 34 bases. Again, you know, get him on base, he creates havoc for the pitcher.
That'll bring up Bauer with a chance to put the Twins in front. sent a hot ground ball past Ramirez into left field his first time up. On the outside corner, a strike. White Sox paying attention to the other scores in the division. The Red Sox leading the Tigers 4-2 in the 6th. Nice block again by Pierzynski, 1-1.
Now, White Sox coming into this ball game a game-and-a-half lead over the Detroit Tigers.
A lot of people cocked an eyebrow when the White Sox named Robin Ventura their manager. You mentioned his first year managing, and you meant that literally. He's never managed professionally anywhere. Breaking ball just off the plate, 2-1. Can you imagine a more opposite personality than Ozzie Guillen? I mean, imagine you're Paul Konerko and you played with Ozzie as your manager for the better part of 10 years, whatever it was. Roller right side. Beckham scoops it up. The Twins leaves Carroll at second base. We head to the third, still tied at 4.
You just get some hits, and they haven't all been hard hit or, you know, all bullets all over the place. I mean, some balls drop for you, and when you're dealing with a small sample size, when you're talking about 7 or 10 games, you know, that can happen. But again, as a player, you try not to think about that if the numbers are good or bad. All that matters is what's going to happen out there tonight, and that's what you kind of focus on.
Paul Konerko, more of the same against Cole DeVries, a broken back RBI single his first time up.
He's had so many major league at-bats in his 14th season with the White Sox that he knows that you take the good with the bad, and it's been good for Paul Konerko, not only against the Twins, but all of baseball.
Valencia snags a line drive, and maybe there's an omen there. Konerko had his bat shattered. He got an RBI single. It's a blistering line drive, and that one's caught.
They say it all evens out, but if you ask a hitter, there's no way. And if you ask a pitcher, there's no way. The ball left middle in, and he hit it sharply, but Danny Valencia reaching to his left and snags that line drive for the first out. So a quick out for Cole DeVries.
There have been some very well hit outs against Cole DeVries. Now, you probably went through it hundreds of times in your career where you got to make back-to-back starts against the same team. Here's DeVries. He's still learning the ropes in the big leagues. He's got a first-place ball club. He has to pitch in back-to-back starts against him. He does okay the first time, but it's got to be tough for him the second time, isn't it?
Well, it is. You have to make the adjustment. We mentioned, he pitched very well in his first outing, but
what a snag by Carroll! Throws him out.
And you need nice defensive plays made behind you. We saw in that Cleveland series, the middle of the infield, make some great plays. Alexi Casilla, Brian Dozier, and right here, Jamie Carroll getting into the act. Rios hitting the ball sharply. Carroll going to his right and gets that one-hop tee and gets it over to John Morneau.
What was your favorite saying? All married men off the infield. Here's A.J. Pierzynski. Pierzynski on the first pitch of the first inning. Clubbed one well over the wall in right field for a 3-run home run.
A.J. looking back at Adrian Johnson on that breaking ball, thinking it was high, but you make the adjustment as a pitcher. You have to, and the quicker you can, the better off you are. 2 good breaking balls there, one for strike one, and then the harder breaking ball. A.J. jumped on that first fastball and hit the 3-run home run in the first inning.
Rios upset about something. It might be my imagination. I thought I saw Pierzynski flinch a little bit. He's missed 5 games because of an oblique pull. And of course, those hitters say really only resurface when you swing and miss. And it just looked like he winced a little bit. So we'll see whether DeVries can get a swing from Pierzynski on this pitch, and then what, if anything, happens. Little nubber. Pierzynski running about 8 feet into the fair territory is retired. DeVries gives up a couple of well-hit balls, but a 1-2-3 third. Only given up 7 home runs, but Josh Willingham got him twice in Chicago.
Yeah, he sure did. In the 4th inning, a solo home run against Quintana. And then in the 6th inning, another solo home run. Second time that Willingham has hit 2 home runs in a ball game. Prior to that, he did a couple against the Oakland A's here at Target Field.
We talked about it yesterday, I think it was. It just seems like he's hit multi-home run games more often than he has. Been some home runs and doubles, a double and a home run. It just seems like he's done that more than twice.
Well, he's one of those hitters, Dick, that when he finds that groove, I mean, he's been in a pretty good groove, but he'll go maybe a week or 2 without, and then all of a sudden, like 4 or 5 games, boy, he'll hit 5 or 6 home runs.
Off-speed pitch misses, 2-0. Swing and a miss, 2-1.
Quintana took a little off that pitch right there. Good location down and away.
Willingham, Morneau, and Doumit. Middle of the Twins lineup in a tie game in the bottom of the third. Two and two. Side 3-2. John Daniels is going to be a very busy man here tonight. General manager for the Texas Rangers. They've just given up 8 runs to the Angels. The Angels leading Texas now 12-4. Put some heat on the Rangers, who did not play well at all against the White Sox at home this past weekend. Full count to Willingham. Takes ball 4. Justin Morneau to the plate. Ron Comer, is it just me, or are we seeing more now of the old Justin Morneau, where it doesn't seem to matter whether the pitcher's right-handed or left-handed, he's putting a good swing on the ball?
Well, he's getting a good swing, and his mechanics of his swing are much better. You look at these 3 shots here. The first one on the left, that's a base hit, and that's good plate coverage, pitch inner third that he hits for a bullet. The next ball, the one in the middle, is up and out over the plate. Now that one only goes about 420 feet. And the last one, a pitch out off the plate away, is a single. And to me, it's all about Justin keeping his head still and letting that ball get to him. When he does that and keeps his body pretty still, he's a very effective hitter with incredible plate coverage, as we've seen through the years.
Well, I think the Twins are hoping that concussion part of Justin Morneau's thinking is behind him, because over the last 22 ball games coming into this game, he's hitting .333. With 3 home runs, he's driven in 12. So the average coming up, and also the power coming back.
1-1, Quintana to Morneau.
And that's a good take right there. How many times did we see, say a month ago, Justin would swing at that?
Bert, for about a week, he went to a no stride and just kept his front foot still and got loaded, and then just stayed there and swung from there. He's got a little stride now, but I think that really helped him get settled in to his balance point and his weight back.
And another base hit against the lefty. Willingham will round second and go to third. The ball kicked out there and now overrun, and they're going to send Willingham in. No, they're not. Diaza overran it, kicked it, did everything but bury it with a shovel out there. And it looked like they were going to send Willingham in, but with nobody out, they put on the brakes.
Yeah, Justin hitting this ball sharply. Diaza very steady out there, but he does fumble this ball. And Josh Willingham, he's going to first to third on this because of where that ball is hit. So Diaza has a tough time getting it back in, but Steve Little thought about sending him, and at the last second, I don't know if he screamed, but Willingham slipped a little bit around third base, but he stayed. It'll be a base hit for Morneau and an error on Diaza, his 3rd of the year.
Doumit pounds it foul. Doumit drove in a run with a ground ball in the first inning.
See Josh right here picking up. He's slowed up and then thought, and then right there, maybe Steve Little, screamed at him, get back, get back.
Doumit later scored the tying run in the 4-run first inning. A chance here with the infield back for him to put the Twins in front. Pulled foul just barely between Willingham and the bag. Quintana has Doumit at an 0-2 hole. Quintana hasn't struck anybody out here. He'd love to get one here. 44 strikeouts in 78 2/3 innings. And he steps off the rubber. Two strikes to Doumit. To center and down for a hit. Willingham will score. Morneau's going to be held, and now Doumit is trapped between first and second. Doumit still keeping the rundown alive, but Morneau unable to advance. An RBI single for Doumit, and the Twins have their first lead.
Yeah, RBI single and then a bad basing running decision by Brian Doumit rounding the bag. He went too far. Ahead to count. Quintana let the pitch up. And what Diaza does right, he hits that cutoff man. And then right there, Doumit getting in the rundown. Not much you can do as a base runner as that ball is right there. And you can see Konerko like there looking at Morneau, keeping him close to third.
So here's Valencia, who tied the game with a single. Now he's got a drawn in infield. And he takes strike one. So Quintana's already paid the price for the leadoff walk. Only one out, and a fly ball to the outfield deep enough will make it a 2-run ball game. I don't know if that's deep enough. Morneau setting up for a tag. Diaza with the catch. Morneau's coming home. The throw is well offline. In fact, it hits Morneau, and it's a sacrifice fly and a 6-4 Twins lead.
And Valencia picking up his second RBI of the year. Or excuse me, of the ball game. His 14th of the year. Diaza not with the strongest arm out there, and I think that's what the Twins were looking at right there is, okay, he comes in, he does the right thing, he gets behind the ball, and then you can see overthrows and the ball going up the third baseline, and Justin Morneau scoring the second run of the inning.
Here's Dozier in the dirt, ball one. So Diaz's defense, or lack of it, has helped the Twins here in the third inning. It was his error that allowed Morneau to get to second base in the first place. Drilled foul.
Well, you don't care. You don't really matter as a ball club if they are earned runs or unearned runs. So far, 2 unearned runs that the Twins have been able to get.
But as you said before, the White Sox have climbed to the top of the division in part because they've been a pretty good defensive club.
Yeah, they really have. Only 44 errors coming into the ballgame. Only Seattle has fewer errors.
Just the 18th and 19th unearned runs scored against the White Sox this year. By contrast, the Twins have given up 39 unearned runs. And Dozier keeps the at bat alive.
Oh, there it is right there. Seattle, the best fielding club right now, and Chicago second. The Twins have made 63 errors. This is their 102nd game.
Youkilis snags a line drive off the bat of Dozier. Twins get a couple of hits, a walk, they turn it into 2 runs and have their first lead. from our GoPro shot. Cast your vote for the Arby's value player of the game. Text the word value followed by a space in the player's name to short code 234234. Valencia's had a good ball game. A couple of productive plate appearances. And strike one delivered to Dayan Viciedo. Ramirez and Beckham will follow. And for Cole DeVries, the elusive win against the White Sox, he's given up 4 first-inning runs, wobbled his way through the second. Now he's pitching in the 4th inning with a 2-run lead.
And you want to hold that lead right here. Very important inning right here for Cole DeVries, even though that pitch count now, this will be pitch number 62. Retired the White Sox in order in the 3rd.
Viciedo with a bouncer to Valencia to wrap up the 4-run first inning. Fly ball center field. Plenty of hang time for Span. And one away.
Well, our Circle Me Burt guests tonight, we have Jerry and Karen from Brooklyn Park celebrating your 80th birthday. So happy 80th birthday to you. Thank you for coming up to the booth and being part of our telecast.
One down here on top of the 4th inning, and Alexei Ramirez will bat. Ramirez hit a fly ball to Revere in the right center field gap, his first time up. Bouncer toward short. Dozier backhands it, sets, fires, and Morneau can't catch it, and it goes into the photographer's second. The throw sailed, and Morneau had it come out of the webbing of the glove.
Well, Dozier plenty of time set up, and then that throw high, and Justin leaped to get it, hits off his glove into the camera well. See, right off the tip of his glove. And an error should be charged to Dozier at short to allow Ramirez to move to second base.
Well, now here's Beckham, hooked a double into the left field corner. Beckham's really been struggling in July, hitting just 164. Up high, ball 1. Beckham was recovering from a slow start, hitting second in the order, and then the White Sox acquired Youkilis, put him there, moved Beckham down to the bottom, and he just hasn't hit very well down there. Over for a strike.
Jeff Manto, the hitting coach for the White Sox.
Breaking ball lifted foul over the Twins dugout, out of play.
Beckham already in his 4th season with the White Sox, just 25 years old. He was a #1 pick for the White Sox back in 2008 at the University of Georgia.
One and two. DeVries to Beckham. Another foul. Twins have just beaten the White Sox twice in the 9 games. Hoping to have a good series here after sweeping the Indians over the weekend. Two and two. The baseball to take home.
Big smile all around.
Came inside, got a bouncer foul.
70 pitches for DeVries. 44 strikes.
Two and two. And missing the outside corner. It's a full count with Diaz on deck.
Well, this is a pitch right here. A pretty good pitch. Wow. Adrian Johnston does not give him the call.
Fox Tracks was brought to you by Window Concepts of Minnesota. Under the glove of Valencia. Ramirez will go to third and stay there. Domek with the throw to second base. So first and third. And only one away. If you act today, you can get a great deal when the Twins host Seattle on August 28th. For a limited time, you can get Skyline View tickets for just $13. The deal against the Mariners is only available for a limited time, and you can get it by logging on to twinsbaseball.com or by calling 800-33-TWINS. And while you're at it, check out the great ticket offers for upcoming games this year at Target Field.
Well, Seattle's only time in this year.
The Mariners will come here without Ichiro Suzuki. He'll come here later on as a member of the New York Yankees. Here is Diaza. Down and in, ball one. The Mariners' rebuilding job, in some sense, probably is a lot easier now that Ichiro is no longer a part of that ball club. Time called.
Twins looking for the double play, and it's something that Diaz has not hit into yet this year.
.390 at bats without a ground ball double play. Fouled back, 1-1. Twins up a pair, but the White Sox threatening here in the top of the fourth. One and one. Called strike.
Good hard breaking ball, inner half.
Guessing that's a look of disapproval. 1-2. And now 2-2. Boy, you'd think, wouldn't you? 300.
He's due.
He's due. That's exactly what I was thinking.
Well, throw that two-seamer down and away and hopefully hit it to Dozier and complete the double play. Sounds simple.
2-2 to Diaza. That front leg, I guess it was the back leg before, wasn't it, that took a beating? Now he hits one off the front leg.
Yeah, in the first inning, we saw him hit his, I believe, his left knee. Now he hits that pad area.
Can't walk with a limp if they both hurt, right?
Might hit into a double play. Slow him down a little bit.
2-2 again. And time called again. Runner goes, and the pitch fouled away. So Beckham took off. Been a long night of baseball already. And DeVries has only gotten 10 outs. He had a 1-2-3 third inning, but there were some rockets hit in that third inning. Another one flipped foul. So De Aza had this type of at bat in the first inning and then ended up getting a base hit to left, stole second, scored the first run of the game. The Twins have already seen that from him. He's a battler. He does strike out. He struck out 79 times, but DeVries can't seem to put him away.
Moving that ball around, right, looking for the right seams.
Another 2-2. Another throw to first. Whenever it comes, it'll be his 80th pitch of the game. To right field. And Revere has to gather it in chest high, and another great at bat for Alejandro De Aza, who kept fouling off pitches, fouling them off himself. And the White Sox take advantage of the Twins' error and score a run.
Yeah, De Aza, good at bat right there. Finally got a pitch up and hit kind of a ball that hit sharply. Ball had some top spin and lands in front of Revere. And he picks up an RBI on his second hit.
Rick Anderson to the mound, and it's a 6-5 ball game. First out came on a routine fly ball to center. Then there was a routine two-hopper to Dozier, with the ball thrown away, and out number 2 has been pretty elusive.
You saw Casey Fiend starting to loosen up.
You can be part of the world's largest wiffle ball tournament. Popsicles, the Big Whiff, held at 10 locations across the state, August 18th and 19th. Proceeds will benefit the Miracle League of Minnesota, providing every kid the chance to play baseball. Register your team at thebigwhiff.com. Kevin Youkilis, we've had our Circle Me Burt guests up here. We're going to have to get them to sign a lease here pretty soon. They've been up here so long. Youkilis has hit into some double plays this year. Four of them since he came over to the White Sox.
Yeah, Jerry, celebrating his 80th birthday here. He wants to see a double play. He's making a call up here.
1-0 to Youkilis. And that tickles the outside corner. 1-1. Ball down the middle. We've only seen Youkilis, of course, before. We've probably seen him already more this year than we ever saw him with the Red Sox. We only play the Red Sox 5-6 times a year. How could anybody question his passion or devotion or intensity? He seems to play as if every at-bat's going to be his last.
And that's the way you have to play. And I think to be questioned that way, where, Dustin Pedroia saying, basically, what are you talking about? This guy is a gamer.
The new manager for the Red Sox early this season, vocal about Youkilis's play. 1-2. DeVries having again a tough time getting strike 3. To left field. It'll be chased by Domet. Running catch for out number 2. So Domet running toward the line, making a nice running catch for the second out of the inning.
Good concentration right there by Ryan Domet. Now with the Pirates, he played some outfield for the Pirates, so he's accustomed to playing out there. Of course, we've seen him a lot behind the plate and also at first base or wherever. Just good concentration, staying with the ball, getting it back in.
Here's Dunn. He's popped to short and grounded to second. The ground ball to second, a key out in the game so far. White Sox had 2 on, 2 out. Swing and a miss. And Konerko, with a 3-1 count, was poised on deck to come up with the bases loaded. But then DeVries got Dunn to hit it on the ground for the final out.
Yeah, it was a 3-1 fastball, and Dunn just got, the ball, the top of the ball to create the ground ball. There's Konerko.
1 strike as the Twins went upstairs to get a swinging strike 1. That's where the Twins had some success with Dunn in Chicago last week. Up there and inside.
Oh, he's such a big man, 6'6", about 260. And a good fastball. You can see where that swing is. If you can go up the ladder a little bit with him, you might be able to strike him out. See if they try it again.
When the Twins pitched him away that they ran into trouble. 2 strikes. Off the plate. 1 and 2. Teams will do that. They'll try to get Dunn to chase, but in addition to leading the league in home runs, he leads the league in walks and strikeouts.
So Dunn with that open stance a little bit anyway. Dives into the ball.
Hit straight in the air. Dozier. Back on the dirt. Ooh. They got rattled around there a little bit. White Sox get an unearned run. It's a 6-5 game. On Fox Sports North is brought to you by Sanford Orthopedics and Sports Medicine, for the everyday competitor in all of us. By CenturyLink, a different kind of communications company. CenturyLink, your link to what's next. And by Grand Casino, the best stories start here. A great panoramic shot that was. You got the moon suspended between the skyscrapers, blue sky, twilight sky. And the Twins leading 6-5. Jamie Carroll will lead things off in the Twins' fourth.
Oh, here we are in the bottom of the fourth inning, and there's been 151 pitches thrown already.
1-1. Carroll drilled a single leading off the second inning. Now he's leading off the fourth.
Cole DeFries with 89 pitches in 4 innings. And now 63 pitches for Quintana.
Breaking ball over. 1-2. Side 2-2. Mentioned last year, Quintana pitching Class A ball for the Yankees. Snap bat and a bouncer to short. Ramirez gets Carroll one away. You can ask a question online. Carsoup.com/baseball. Alan Thoyer of Hurst, Texas. What's the highest number of runs the Twins have scored in a game?
Well, this season 19 against the Orioles. Here in an all-time record 24 back in 1996.
Here's Denard Span. Ball one. Span singled and scored in the first, laid down a sacrifice bunt in the second. That's to center, hit right at Diaz. 2 down. And that'll bring up Ben Revere.
You know, Quintana last year, even though he said it's at single A, he had a good record. He was 10-2 in 12 starts, 30 games. Signed with the White Sox as a free agent over the winter.
Six years in the Yankees system. 1 year he didn't pitch, serving a suspension for violating terms of the minor league drug prevention program. And Revere lifts a foul into the seats. 1-1.
Quintana from Colombia, originally signed by the Mets.
Bouncer right side, and the most efficient inning we've had for either starting pitcher, with Quintana facing just 3 men.
So I don't want to get too excited, too nervous, and I don't know, just gonna go out there tomorrow and try to do my job, and hope the team wins some ball game, and facing my old teammates, my first game, so it's gonna feels weird, but it's nothing I can do about it. Just go out there, play and play.
That's tomorrow's pitching matchup. Francisco Liriano against Nick Blackburn.
Yeah, now Liriano may say he's not going to be nervous. You're going to be nervous. You're going to be pumped up, too. I remember when I got traded from Minnesota and faced them about a week later, I was pretty pumped up.
How'd you do?
I pitched a 2-hit shutout against them.
Konerko's hit by a pitch. And DeVries unable to figure out Konerko. And on the first pitch, fastball, and nailed him in the shoulder.
Yeah, the left shoulder. Konerko not very happy about that right there as he kind of took off his armor and his gear and throws the bat away.
So the tying run at first. Here's Alex Rios, singled and hit a smash, fielded by Carroll. And now DeVries misfires on the first pitch to Rios. That'll get Casey Fiend warming up in earnest down in the Twins bullpen. High fly, deep left field. Domet going back to the wall. Span leaps, makes the catch. He robbed him of a home run. Denard Span brings it back.
That brings everybody to their feet, even in the dugout. What a great catch by Denard Span. Great concentration. Rios hitting it high and deep. And Span leaping, timing it perfectly. Wow.
I'll have to check with Denard after the game or tomorrow. I don't know that he's done that before. He's made some great catches. I don't know that he has done what Torrey Hunter did so often in center field at the Metrodome.
Well, we've seen him over by, by the bullpen area into that fence area,
right.
Make a couple nice catches, but never that far into a left center field. What a great catch, great concentration by Denard Span.
Here's Pierzynski. Tap foul. Pierzynski clubbed a 3-run home run in the first.
Now you call this a wow right here. Look where Span had to go. The ball was hit high enough that when he leaped, boy, he timed it perfectly. Wow, see? Wow.
One strike to Pierzynski. 2 strikes. Pierzynski missed 5 games. He slightly pulled or strained an oblique against the Twins in Chicago, then sat out for 5 games and is back in there tonight.
Yeah, it's the right oblique muscle, kind of the one if you do miss, you kind of come through, being a left-handed hitter. You might feel it more then than any other time.
That gets away from Mauer, and Konerko will go to second. Well, this has not been a good night for Cole DeVries. He's given up a bunch of hits, some very loud outs, and this one skips maybe off the plate past Mauer for a wild pitch.
That'll be a wild pitch for DeVries, his first wild pitch of the year.
1-2 to Pierzynski. Just a 1-run ball game, but now Konerko, the tying runners, at scoring position. Got him with a high fastball. 2 down.
And DeVries picking up his second strikeout of the ball game. His first, Kevin Youkilis in the first inning. Went up the ladder.
So 2 down, and that'll be it'll bring up Viciedo. Bouncer to third and a fly ball to center. Strike on the outside corner. Of course, you need to complete 5 innings to qualify for a win. DeVries right on the edge here. The tying run at second. This will be his 98th pitch. Again on the outside corner. It's 0-2. And Viciedo wouldn't chase.
I think pitchers in today's game, they know they're in the 90s, so they try to see what's left in the tank right here, and that's what DeVries is trying to do. See what's left in the tank. Can he make one good, more quality pitch to get out of this inning? Oh, there it is.
Completed 5. Viciedo strikes out. DeVries comes off the mound with the lead thanks to his center fielder.
Minnesota State Lottery winner's circle, where I'm holding in my left hand $100 in Minnesota State Lottery tickets in the Minnesota State Lottery winner's circle. I've got Steve and Connie Chmielewski. They are from Bismarck, North Dakota, Bert and Dick. This is their first trip that they have made here to the ballpark in the 3 years of Target Field. Now, the small part you probably can't see on the sign says, Mom and Dad got to see the Twins, and all I got was a trip to the kennel. That's their way of honoring their dog right here, Henry, who's hanging out at the kennel, having a good time back in Bismarck, North Dakota, and having a great time tonight here. They're hoping a Twin can hit him a baseball just inside fair territory.
Thank you, Robbie. First pitch to Joe Mauer outside, ball 1.
Well, I got my bet on Josh Willingham. Maybe he'll hit him one this inning.
Well, it would seem plausible that the White Sox might hit somebody this inning after Konerko got smoked in the shoulder. Mauer taps it to second. Joe 1 for 3, 1 down. AT&T trivia with Willingham coming to the plate. What player has the most hits in a season all time against the Twins?
Well, you'd think it'd be somebody in the Central Division. They play him, what, 18 times?
Konerko's got 16 against the Twins. Ball 1. You know, but unbalanced schedule. Really only started with interleague play. It used to be we'd play teams from these. I'm thinking somebody like Wade Boggs, maybe.
Well, a guy like Kenny Lofton. I'm thinking of a leadoff hitter.
That's a pretty good guess right there. 1-1.
What makes you think it's a guess?
How many years we've been working together?
Well, a lot of pitches for both starters.
Willingham drills one to center field. And Willingham doing to Quintana what Konerko had done to DeVries. He just can't seem to get him out.
Oh, breaking ball left up right there, and Willingham did what he needed to do, and it's right up the middle.
Game 2 tomorrow, Liriano against Blackburn, and it'll be a Sports Authority value pack game. Purchase a ticket in the U.S. Bank Home Run Porch View seats, and you get a free Schweigert hot dog and a Pepsi. Line up your tickets for tomorrow's game. Call 800-33-TWINS. Visit twinsbaseball.com. Here's Morneau. Strike at the knees. Morneau with a single and a run scored in the third. Morneau with a swing and a miss, 0-2. That's the type of swing you were talking about. We saw an awful lot in the first 3 months of the season.
Yeah, he's got to be guessing right there to miss that by about a foot. He's, that slider down and away. Look at AJ sitting down and away.
Two strikes. And a breaking pitch, breaking in front of the plate.
You know you're going to go get another slider right there, see if he'll do it again. Another breaking ball.
Rolled to the second baseman. And the White Sox get a double play. On to the 6th inning in a 6-5 ball game.
Be out of the southwest between 4 to 8 miles per hour.
Gorgeous night tonight. Right now 80 degrees. The Twins in front by a run. 6-5 our score moving into the 6th. Cole DeVries wobbled through 5 innings. He'll cheer on the bullpen, starting with Casey Fiend.
Yeah, Casey Fiend's done a great job since being recalled by the Twins, making his 9th appearance. Very good 1.74 ERA for Casey Fiend. 10 1/3 innings. Bean has allowed only 7 hits, a couple walks, 8 strikeouts.
Almost all those bad numbers there were in his last outing against the White Sox. It was the game started by Cole DeVries. And Tyler Robertson had just given up a game-tying home run to Adam Dunn. And then Fein came in. He faced 5 guys and couldn't get a guy out. Konerko single. Rios doubled. An intentional walk to Ramirez. Viciedo with a 2-run single. Flowers walk. If he could somehow magically take that outing out of his season log, you'd be even better.
Well, I think that was the night that the Twins lost, what, 11-4? The whole bullpen kind of faltered that night.
2-0. Ramirez, Beckham, and De Aza in the 6th inning. And a called strike, 2-1. Big swing and a miss, strike 2. Wow. Ramirez might have clipped Mauer with his bat and his follow through. That's how sweeping a swing it was.
Yeah, he's always had that big swing right there.
Oh.
Yeah, he got him on the, looked like the left arm.
Two and two.
Ramirez, the guy that stands right on top of the plate. Fein with a good fastball. That last fastball at 94. He's also mixing a hard slider and a changeup.
In off the plate. Full count. DeVries, starting the 5th inning, hit Konerko right away and ended up stranding him at second base. Twins don't want to put a base runner aboard here to lead off the inning again. Bounced foul.
Ramirez from Cuba in his 5th season with the White Sox.
Another 3-2 to Ramirez. Pop back, headed our way.
Kind of landed in her lap.
Yeah. Thought she caught it in her bag of popcorn. So another 3-2 coming up. And another foul back. Well, Ramirez, one of the reasons the White Sox felt Eduardo Escobar was expendable. They liked him as a player, ended up including him in the deal to the Twins. They feel that they're set at short with this guy for a number of years to come. Some of his numbers a little more modest than they have been, but Ramirez still very athletic and a very good shortstop.
And the White Sox have him under contract till 2016. That's coming our way, just over our heads.
Oh.
You know, we have Phyllis up here at the booth that's celebrating her 100th birthday, and she almost was going to be able to catch that. It was coming right at
This
you.
This isn't it right here, is
no,
it?
That's not
okay, she
it
brought
right
that
there,
baseball in with her.
We wanted to get Phyllis on the air celebrating her 100th birthday. Happy birthday to you, young lady. And she wants to do it here at a Twins game. Isn't that great?
Another 3-2 pitch to Ramirez. This one in play. Carroll comes in. Long at bat for Ramirez. 10 pitches worth. And finally a pop-up for the first out of the 6th inning. You can follow the Twins with MLB.com at bat 12 for your iPhone, iPad, Android, BlackBerry, or Windows Mobile. Get live audio, pitch tracking, video highlights, and much more. Text at bat to 31826 or visit twinsbaseball.com for details. One gone finally in the 6th, and here's Gordon Beckham. 2-hit night already for Beckham. Told you before he hasn't hit much in July. Fein hits the corner. Another pop-up, and this one near the Twins dugout, but out of play. 2 strikes. Twins have been getting, as we said, some pretty good starting pitching as of late. Better, certainly. And this would not, the start by DeVries wouldn't fit under that category, but he survived 5 innings. And now Twins bullpen, which really struggled in Chicago, has a chance to make amends for it here tonight.
Well, you don't like to put that added pressure, but you know what? Over that Cleveland series, these guys, the starters did so well that some of these relievers like Fein, they had some time off. So hopefully not only get through this inning, keep that pitch count. Maybe he'll get one more inning.
2 strikes to Beckham. And another foul. Yeah, the Twins had an off day. Then Diamond threw his complete game. Deduno pitched deep into the ball game. Dunsing
7 innings and Dunsing 6.
With a remarkably low pitch count. He was, not built up as a starter, but he still gave the Twins 6 innings. 2 strikes again to Gordon Beckham.
Well, only the Kansas City Royals bullpen has pitched more innings than the Twins.
Boston has defeated Detroit 7-3. So the White Sox have a chance, if they come back and win this game, to tack another game onto their lead. They can afford a loss if the Twins hang on and win and still be leading the Tigers by a game and a half.
Let's hope they do.
1-2, and another foul.
And I got a piece of Joe Mauer. Well, Ramirez hit him with a bat. Now a foul ball off the bat of Beckham. And you wonder how this guy won 3 batting titles. The catchers get beat up back there.
Drew Butera saying, "Put me in, coach." Not yet.
He wants first class, not coach.
Another foul ball. So Fein has done his part. He's thrown strikes. 17 pitches, 13 strikes, but he's just pitching to his second batter. The first at bat lasted 10 pitches. And now this will be the 8th to Beckham. DeVries saying, been there, done that. He had a tough time with his pitch count through 5 innings too. Breaking ball looped into right field. Revere jogs in, puts it away, 2 down. The White Sox acquiring Francisco Liriano to help stabilize the rotation and give some guys a little extra time off. There's our Sanford Health injury report.
Yeah, Chris Sale, one of the starters for the White Sox, saying that his arm feels good. He just feels like he's going through a dead arm stage. Well, remember last year when they called him up basically out of the bullpen, he was going to be their closer, and they put him in that rotation. He has been pitching outstanding, but they're going to be they're going to watch his innings pitched, as they are with Steven Strasburg with the Washington Nationals.
the Twins will as we get closer to it with
Scott Diamond.
Hey, Ron Coomer, what happened over there? That ball was hit right at Ron Coomer. And eventually he ended up with the baseball, but I didn't. Did you pick it up when it was done spinning, or what happened?
Just a ground ball. No big deal. Seen a few of those.
1 strike to De Aza, who's battled in all of his at-bats. And he drops down a bunt. Valencia barehands it, fires. Good save at first. A good play by Valencia. And a close call at first, but De Aza gets a bunt single.
Well, you can't play it any better than Danny did right there. You want to take the bunt away from him, but he bunts this ball right down that third base line. Danny comes charging in, barehands it, has something on the throw, but a bang play at first base.
Out.
He's out, but he's safe with his third hit.
No argument from Morneau. So a bunt single prolongs the inning, and that'll bring up Youkilis.
Well, De Aza stole second base in the first inning. So keep an eye on him at first base.
Youkilis struck out in the first, walked in the second, hit a fly ball to left in the fourth. At the knees, a strike, and Youkilis spins away. Right at the knees. A lot of runs, a lot of deep counts. Fein trying to finish off business here in the 6th inning. Aza with the 19 steals. He has been thrown out 8 times.
Well, what you try to do here as a pitcher is make him come to a stop as far as the runner, and then get that ball to Joe Mauer as quick as possible.
Tapper foul, 2 strikes.
Good job right there by Fein. Pretty quick, even though he brings that knee up, pretty quick home.
Diaz was heading back to the bag. Looking at Joe McEwing, the third base coach, getting signed. See if they send him here on the 0-2 count. There he goes. Pitches high and tight. Youkilis hit by the pitch. So now there are runners at first and second, and Dunn comes up. So another 2-out threat put together by the White Sox. Dunn so far tonight is 0 for 3, but he's come up with men on base all 3 times.
Fein ahead in the count, just tried to overthrow this ball, came up and in and got a piece of Youkilis. Second hit batsman for the Twins against the White Sox.
Dunn's popped it up to the shortstop twice, bounced out to second. So far he's left 5 men on base in his first 3 at bats.
Alex Burnett starting to loosen up.
Again, the Twins go upstairs to get a swing and a strike. We talked about it in Chicago, and then Dunn got a couple of big hits, but the Twins have pitched Dunn very well since he's come over to the American League. They have hit their spots and found holes, plural, in Dunn's swing.
396 career home runs for Adam Dunn.
Down low, 1-1. That's called a strike on the outside corner, and you can see Dunn's reaction. He thought it was off the plate.
Well, the first pitch inside and high, Dunn swung through. And then that pitch called a strike. He fouled off that first pitch, excuse me.
1-2 to Adam Dunn. Just off the plate. And at least once Adrian Johnson pointing off the plate like it was outside. The fifth batter that Fein has faced. This will be his 28th pitch. Two and two. To center. Span over 4 steps to end the inning. Dunn's put it in play 4 times tonight, but he's left 7 men on base.
Factor every day to the field, and he was a good kid, and we'll miss him. He'll do, if he gets the opportunity, he'll be a good player for the Twins.
Speaking of Eduardo Escobar, who was with the White Sox this year, played several ball games against the Twins. Pedro Hernandez, the left-handed pitcher, both players sent to Rochester. And I would imagine, at least in the case of Escobar, very likely that we would see him when the September call-ups are made, because he's got some major league experience, and I think the Twins and their fans want to see, what kind of player he is.
Well, even Hernandez, 8-2. He was having a pretty good year. So, if he goes down to Rochester and pitches well, he himself might be a September call-up.
2 strikes to Domet. He's driven in a couple of runs here tonight. A single on an 0-2 pitch his last time up. And it's 1-2. As much as Quintana might have struggled, at least he's still out there throwing pitches in the 6th inning. Paul DeVries was pulled after 5, and what was it, right around 100 pitches.
Yeah, Quintana, really the first 3 innings he threw 61 pitches. Over the last couple, only 19. Ron Cooper, the pitching coach, keeping a close eye on him.
Doman gets a piece of it, fouling it back.
There's Coop. Nate Jones starting to loosen up for the White Sox.
Breaking ball, just missed the inside corner. Juan Nieves, the bullpen coach for the White Sox.
Quintana without a strikeout yet, just 1 walk.
Doma trying to get aboard to start the Twin 6. Bouncer to third, high hop to Youkilis. Over to Konerko, 1 away. Bring up Danny Valencia. Time now for the CenturyLink high-speed pitch.
Quintana still out there, clocked as high as 93, and Cole DeVries, who worked the first 5 innings, at 92.
Valencia with a couple of runs batted in. RBI single in the first tied the game. His sacrifice fly in the 3rd made it 6-4. Strike 1. Youkilis at the line, snares a line drive, out number 2.
The second time Youkilis has had to go to his his right, and make a nice play. Did that against Dozier to end the 3rd inning. Danny hitting it sharply, but Kevin Youkilis right there for the 2nd out.
Two down, and here's Dozier. Strike 1. And now 1-1. If Dozier can reach, Carroll would have a chance here in the 6th inning. Popped up short center field. Beckham, the second baseman, gloves it, and Quintana wobbled through his first few innings, has finished strongly here, completing the 6th. run scored early.
Yeah, the White Sox off the bat of A.J. Brzezinski, a 3-run home run, took an early 4-0 lead, but the Twins came battling back in the bottom of the first. Ryan Doman knocking in a run right there. Twins tied the score at 4 apiece. What a great catch by Denard Span off the bat of Alex Rios in the 5th inning. The Twins added a couple in the 3rd to have a 6-5 lead.
Now Paul Konerko will face Alex Burnett.
Well, numbers on Burnett very good, making his 44th relief appearance. Burnett worked in yesterday's ballgame, 1 shutout inning against the Cleveland Indians through 9 pitches, 6 for strikes.
Konerko, Rios, and Pierzynski in a 1-run game. Half swing and a foul, 1 strike. Great one-handed grab above the Twins dugout. And another foul, 2 strikes. And then what we saw in Chicago, and it's a sign of a good hitter going through a good streak. Konerko would tone down his swing just a little bit, focusing on making contact, putting the ball in play. And he had a great series against the Twins, continued it through the Texas series, and with 2 strikes got a broken bat RBI single in the 1st tonight. 1-2. You're not going to hit 330 swinging from your heels all the time, and Konerko obviously can still hit the ball over the fence. He's got 17 home runs, but just a very good hitter. Last year you had your number retired. Earlier this year he played his 2000th game for the White Sox, and Robin Ventura thinks that's an honor that Konerko will have eventually, that his number 14 will be retired by the White Sox.
Yeah, he's been kind of the face of the Chicago White Sox over the years.
2-2. Back to Burnett. 1 down. And before Rios comes to the plate, our AT&T trivia question: what player has the most hits in a season all time against the Twins? I'm going to go Wade Boggs.
I mentioned Kenny Lofton and forgot about George Brett.
What position did Wade Boggs play?
Wade Boggs played 3rd.
Did you see him in Cooperstown?
Yes, I did.
Did you see George Brett?
Yes, I did.
So there's
that tie-in.
That's right. Here's Rios. High and tight to Rios. Rios nearly put the White Sox in front with a 2-run home run right after Konerko had been hit in the shoulder by a pitch.
Yeah, got a base hit in his first at bat. Then remember, Jamie Carroll made a great play off of him in his second at bat, and then the catch that Span made. He's hit the ball sharply all 3 times. There's only 1 hit to show for it.
To center, and Span goes back for a more routine play. 2 down. Enjoy the best that Target Field has to offer with your group of 25 or more. No deposits required for a 2012 group outing. Just reserve your best guess number of seats and pay only for the number of tickets you actually need. You'll be seated together. Your group's name will appear on the Target Field scoreboard, so get your church group together, group of poker players, whatever. As long as you get up to 25 or more, you can bring them out to the ball game. Pierzynski dribbles 1 foul.
Well, you know, Trish down in the lunchroom, she wants us to say hello to Tracy and Mary Benowitz. They have a party of 200 up at the Budweiser deck tonight. So that's a big group.
Drilled to center, Span.
Oh, nice catch.
Makes a sliding catch. Span's been all over the place tonight. And Burnett has a 1-2-3 seventh inning.
Is brought to you by McDonald's. Get a freshly brewed cup of premium roast coffee from McDonald's. Any size is just $1. And by AT&T, the nation's largest 4G network. AT&T. Rethink possible.
6-5, Twins hanging on. Some good defensive plays here tonight. Under is that a full moon? Pretty close to it.
That's that ball that George Foster hit off me. I'm telling you, it's coming back again.
Youthfulness charges, gets the second out, quickly throws Carroll out, one down. Quintana not done yet. He's still out there pitching in the seventh.
They've done a really good job since the third inning when the Twins scored a couple runs. One unearned run has really settled down nicely.
Span carrying a little extra applause after having a really good day out in the field. Might have taken a home run away from Rios. Made a nice sliding catch against Pierzynski. Something I'm sure A.J. reminded him of as Span got into the batter's box.
Well, A.J. hit it so hard that ball stayed on that same plane, and Span made a great sliding catch.
Swing and a miss, 2 strikes. Two strikes to Denard Span.
Another breaking ball.
Span's name mentioned in so many trade rumors. We'll know if the Twins are going to make a move before 3 o'clock tomorrow Central Time. That's the deadline. 1 and 2. And checking with Terry Ryan this afternoon, the deadline is when the commissioner approves the deal. In other words, the commissioner has to approve whatever deals are negotiated between now and then.
Well, the commissioner's going to be here tomorrow.
That's right. For the RBI kickoff. Here's a drive to right. And that's over the head of Rios. Span digging for second. Rios' throw. Wow. Gets in. What a throw by Alex Rios in right field. Rios says, all right, you take a home run away from me, I'll clip you at second base.
Boy, he played that carom perfectly as Span with good speed. This ball hit sharply. Rios realizes he can't get it, but I have to play the carom, and he does. Watch that ball come back and turn and throw a strike to Ramirez. A quick tag, and Span is out.
Now Revere bunts it back to the mound. Quintana makes the play. And he has completed 7 innings here tonight, but he comes off the mound down a run.
I've stood in on some bullpens on them and you know, facing in live batting practice and spring training and all that kind of stuff. So it's going to be interesting what our game plan is, but you know, hopefully we get the better end of the deal and we can go out there and you know, win a ball game. Obviously, it's easy to say that it's just another game, but obviously it's going to mean a lot to him and it's going to mean a lot to us, and we're going to go out there and see if we can get ourselves a win.
Francisco Liriano, whose last start was against the White Sox, and it wasn't a good one, was supposed to start yesterday in the series finale with Cleveland. Instead, will make his start against Nick Blackburn tomorrow.
Well, you don't stay within, you know, you're with one organization for so long that you have to get hyped up about tomorrow's start. That's what Liriano is facing tonight and going into tomorrow.
Twins trying to patch together the back end of this ball game here. 5 innings from DeVries, 1 from Fiend, a better inning in the 7th from Alex Burnett. Now the 8th belongs to Jared Burton.
Yeah, Jared Burton worked the 8th inning in yesterday's win over the Indians. He threw 8 pitches, 6 for strikes.
Quintana really had a rough go of it in the first 3 innings, but he settled down after that.
Well, you like to see that from a young pitcher making the adjustments. He did that.
Viciedo with a hefty hack and a foul. 1 strike. Missing inside, 1-1. Viciedo, Ramirez, and Beckham here in the 8th. Popped up, backing out of play. Fiend gave up a single and a walk. Left 2 batters aboard. Burnett had a 1-2-3 7th. in the dirt. 2-2. Burton trying to hold it. Probably Perkins trying to save it if all goes as planned, and then Cole DeVries will have finally beaten the White Sox and gone to 3-2 on the year. Chopper up the line foul.
Talking about Ramirez coming from Cuba, Viciedo the same thing, defecting from Cuba, signing with the White Sox in 2008. Just 23 years old.
White Sox tried him a little bit last year at third base. Became apparent that was not going to be his position, so now he's out on left field. Lofted to right. Easy play for Revere. One down. Quite a night for Kendrys Morales and the Angels. In the sixth inning, hit a home run left-handed, and then later in the inning, hit a home run right-handed. Just the third time a switch hitter has hit a home run from each side of the plate in the same inning. Carlos Baerga did it. Mark Bellhorn did it. And maybe more importantly for the Angels, they thumped the Rangers pretty good tonight, 15-8.
Love those pitchers' duels.
So now it's a 4-game lead Texas has over the Angels. Deep to the right field corner. Revere watches it sail back into the seats. Oakland actually is in second place.
Yeah, I was going to say, how about those Oakland A's?
They're leading Tampa Bay 2-0 out on the West Coast. I just find that hard to believe. I think you were. Did you do the Oakland series here, the first one?
Yes.
They looked about as inept a lineup as I've seen in the big leagues.
Oh, they're getting great pitching right now.
Hey, Ramirez is hit by the pitch. It's the third hit batter. Konerko got hit in the shoulder. Youkilis was brushed by a pitch, and now Ramirez. Thankfully, everybody's okay. But at some point, the White Sox are going to take exception to this.
Oh, Burton just with that two-seam fastball I mentioned in his last at-bat. Ramirez, a hitter that stands right on top of the plate. And the ball just ran in on him. And
boy, be curious where it hit him. Oh, off the forearm, maybe. So Ramirez and his speed aboard at first. Here's Gordon Beckham. And Beckham tried to do what Rios tried to do after Konerko got hit. Hit it about 450 feet.
Well, you see how close Rios is in his ball inside. And maybe getting that right forearm.
Yep. Right off the forearm. I think you can see his forearm muscles compressed there. One strike. And now a called strike. Something about that first pitch caused Mauer to come out to the mound. Fox Tracks brought to you by Carrier.
Well, remember, Twins, what they do is they use more than one sign, even with a runner at first base. A lot of clubs, like we've seen AJ, just put down one sign with a runner on. Twins use more than one.
So Dozier, the shortstop, came in too because he wants to be in on the secrets. To right field. Revere for out number 2. And for the top of the order, and Alejandro De Aza. Rasmussen College is proud to present Student Days every Wednesday at Target Field. Students can attend the Twins White Sox game Wednesday at noon. Get a standing room only ticket for just $8. Student Day tickets are available beginning at 9 in the morning on Wednesday. And there's a limit of 1 ticket per student with a valid ID. For more information, visit twinsbaseball.com or call 800-33-TWINS.
And you're at home, you might be saying, why use more than one sign with a runner at first? Well, sometimes runners take that little lead and they'll peek in. And if they only see, say, one sign, it might be a wiggle or 2 fingers. they got a better chance to maybe steal a base. Whereas if they only see one, that means a fastball. It means that they have to be a little bit quicker. And good base stealers will take a couple leads, get comfortable there, and then kind of peek in. I don't know if Ramirez will do it as he's keeping his eye on Burton.
1-0. There goes Ramirez, and Mauer has no chance.
Yeah, great jump.
So the tying run now at second. The count 2-0 to De Aza.
Yeah, Ramirez, one of those guys in the Chicago lineup that will run. His 14th stolen base. Second stolen base in a ball game for the White Sox. Their 70th of the year. That first slide gets in a scoring position.
2-0 to De Aza, who's had a good night at the plate, grinding out some at bats. He has 3 hits. The only time he's been retired, he hit a wicked line drive to the glove of Morneau. Two and one.
There's that changeup right there by Burton. Diaz is swinging through it, got a piece of it, but fouled it into the glove of Mauer. Burton working back-to-back games. Haven't seen that happen too often.
That's chopped off of another appendage of Diaz. Hit his back leg, his front leg, and that foul tip got him someplace.
Yeah, his first at bat, 8 pitches. Third at bat, 8 pitches. 4 so far in his 5th at bat.
Burton's allowed just 1 run in his last 23 games. No runs allowed since June 12th. A string of 16 games. But the White Sox might get him here. Span charges, comes up firing, throw to the plate, not in time, and the White Sox have tied the game. So Ramirez hit by a pitch. He steals second, and De Aza gets his 4th single of the game to tie the game at 6.
Driving in his 2nd run. Boy, just dropping the barrel of the bat and hitting it right back up the middle. Span comes charging to throw a little on the third base side. And Ramirez has to scoot around Mauer and score the tying run. And on the play, De Aza going from 1st to 2nd.
De Aza didn't take the decoy. The cutoff man acted like he was going to catch the throw, but De Aza went to 2nd anyway, and now Youkilis takes a strike. So Burton gives up just 1 hit, but it was the hit batter and the stolen base that set the White Sox up for the tying run here in the 8th. Now they're trying to take the lead. So DeVries won't beat the White Sox, won't pick up win number 3.
Strike him out! Strike him out! Extra stamps! Extra stamps!
2 strikes.
Well, that changeup right there, the bottom just dropping out of it, and Youkilis swinging through it. Fourth career 4-hit ball game for De Aza.
Another fly ball to right. Revere has it measured. The White Sox tie it up in the 8th inning, and it's 6 apiece.
8, and we're going to talk about it all. Win or lose for the Twins on Twins Live, presented by CenturyLink, and we're going to discuss Denard Span and his defense tonight, and boy, was it incredible. 2 spectacular catches and a near throw-out on that 6th Chicago run. Ron Gardheier's reaction from the clubhouse and the instructional tonight that takes place live on the field here at Target Field, featuring Bert Blyleven and Ron Coomer tonight. They're going to talk about the hot corner and playing defense there. We've seen a couple really nice plays made down there at third base tonight, and they'll take you through the art of playing third base with a former third baseman in Ron Coomer. Matt Thornton takes to the mound here for the bottom half of inning number 8, Dick.
All right, thank you, Robbie. And he'll face Joe Mauer, Josh Willingham, and Justin Morneau here in the bottom of the 8th inning. The White Sox have just tied it up.
Yeah, they have some good, strong arms out in that bullpen. Matt Thornton, one of those strong arms, making his 49th relief appearance. 37 strikeouts in 43 innings pitched.
Mauer 1 for 3, a single to left field and a pair of ground balls to second. And he takes strike 1.
Jose Quintana did a really good job the last 4 innings, shutout baseball. Kept the club in, the Chicago White Sox in the game. They ended up tying it.
And strike 2. Mauer with 9 singles in 30 at-bats against Thornton. One and 2. Twins fell behind 4-0 before they took their first swings. Tied it up at the end of the first inning. Took a 6-4 lead, then 6-5, now 6-6. Off the plate, not by much, 2-2. Chicago outfield playing very deeply here, trying to do what they can to block off a double. They're way out there. Yeah, how do you take those pitches? I mean, they are just off the plate, a little bit low, a little bit outside.
There's some hitters that are just blessed with great concentration, picking up that ball right away, and Joe Mauer, one of those.
Full count now to Mauer. He's taken 5 pitches. And blasts this one to left field. Deep to the wall. Caught by Viciedo. Diane Viciedo with a great catch, and it was a very good thing. They were playing as deeply as they were.
Yeah, that's what you were saying. You know, you stay away from the extra base hit, so the outfielder's playing deep, and that allowed Viciedo to go back there quickly as Joe put a good swing on it. Viciedo pretty much playing on the warning track, so all he had to do was cut across and makes a nice catch. The ball would not have gone out of the ballpark, but Matt Thornton says thank you very much.
So 1 down, and here's Willingham. Tried to untie it. 1 strike. Two singles and a walk against Quintana. He's the guy the Twins want up there in situations like this.
Right, and he's really done well. You can see 24 go-ahead RBIs, first in the American League, an 11-game hitting streak, driving in runs, game-winning RBIs. So the right man at the plate right here.
2 strikes. Now a ball. See Pierzynski, don't know whether he had it all game long, but he's got fingernail polish on his fingers to make it a little bit easier for the pitcher to see the signs.
He wears that all the time. Sometimes shadows at different ballparks, hard to see.
And Willingham strikes out for out number 2.
He swung through a kind of a hanging slider right there. Josh trying to maybe get underneath this ball and just swung through it. See where that slider stayed up, and Josh a strikeout victim.
So now Morneau, and what we've seen over the last couple of weeks has been the most encouraging couple of weeks for Morneau in his battles against left-handed pitching. He's 1 for 3 tonight against Quintana. Two for 4 against lefties tonight. That ball hit right on the button, sharply up the middle.
A slider that stayed up a little bit, and Justin jumping on that first pitch and getting his second hit. For the Twins, their 11th hit of the ball game.
Just his 4th hit in 26 at bats against Thornton. And he dented the pitcher's mound with that smash. Here is Doman. Now it's only 178, his lefty average, but remember about a month ago it was 050 in that neighborhood. Up and away, ball 1. Pounded foul, 1-1.
Doman with 10 home runs, 3 as a right-handed hitter. And Thornton has given up 3 home runs.
Foul back, 1-2. Doman's base hit in the 3rd inning was on an 0-2 pitch. A sharp single to center. Drove in a run with a ground ball in the 1st. Then hit a 2-hopper to Youkilis in the 6th. In the dirt, and again Pierzynski with a nice block. We say that a lot. You know, for a big guy, he has always done a really nice job of blocking pitches in the dirt.
Well, you call a slider, you expect it to, you know, hopefully stay down, and AJ doing a good job. Fastball.
2-2 to Doman. Got him. So Thornton gives up a couple of well-hit balls, but it's a scoreless 8th, and we head to the 9th tied at 6. Farmers Insurance report card. We've had 12 runs scored in the game, 8 of them in the first inning.
Yeah, both clubs putting 4 on the board in that first inning. We have seen some great defensive catches, 2 by Denard Span. Viciedo made a nice catch in the bottom of the 8th inning. And 3 of the 4 runs in that first inning for the White Sox off the bat of A.J. Pierzynski.
Thornton pitched through the middle of the Twins lineup in the 8th inning without allowing a run, and now in the 9th, Glenn Perkins will be asked to do the same. Dunn, Konerko, and Rios.
Yeah, Perk worked a shutout inning yesterday through 13 pitches, 7 for strikes.
First time today that Dunn has come up with the bases empty. He is 0 for 4. He's left 7 men on, and he has not struck out yet.
White Sox have left 8 men on base, and 7 of them when Dunn's been up.
Towering fly ball, short center field. Span calls everyone off. It's his night tonight. 1 down. That'll bring up Konerko.
Brett Myers, recently traded over from the Houston Astros, warming up in their bullpen.
One down. Here's Konerko. Foul back. Konerko with a broken bat RBI single in the first. He lined out wickedly to Valencia in the third, hit by a pitch, and then a little number back to the mound. Sharply on the ground to Dozier. Gathers it in. 2 down. And that'll bring up Rios. Frustrating night for Rios. He's hit the ball pretty hard. Single in the first. Hit a top spin smash that Carroll picked off near the outfield grass, threw him out, and then he hit one that might have gone over the wall and left, but Span intercepted that. And a base hit. A 2-out single here in the 9th. That'll bring up Pierzynski.
Rios gets his second hit of the ball game.
Pierzynski with the biggest single swing of the night.
A slider kind of hung right there, and Rios hitting it sharply in the left.
Pierzynski hit a 3-run home run in the first inning.
On the first pitch that Cole DeFreeze threw to him in the first inning.
Over the inside corner. That's why he's been an everyday catcher going back to his days with the Twins. He handles left-handers pretty well. Line foul. 2 strikes. To Pierzynski. There goes Rios with the pitch grounded foul.
0-2 to AJ. That just means that it's going to be about 7 pitch at bat here.
You know what makes the White Sox so dangerous, and I suppose you could make the case what has gotten them into first place. It's not Dunn's 31 home runs. It's not Konerko's 17 home runs. It's their balance. Pierzynski now has 17. Rios has 16. Viciedo has 16. They're the only team in baseball that has 5 guys with 15 or more home runs. So, okay, you pitch through Dunn and Konerko and all that. You still got a lot of power that can, especially in a game like this, get them a lead in a hurry.
And that's a sign of a winning ball club when it's balanced 1 through 9.
0-2 again to Pierzynski. The stolen base that the White Sox got in the 8th inning, critical to their tying the game up. Ramirez stole second. A little bit later, De Aza got a base hit, and it was 6-6.
And Rios, one of the 3 guys that can steal bases, 15 stolen bases on the year.
There he goes, and the pitch lifted foul. 3 2-strike fouls. That the count is 0-2 to Pierzynski. All that means is he's probably not going to walk. Doesn't mean he's going to strike out.
Every time I see AJ, I think of Tampa Bay.
Yeah.
When he had that 17 pitch at bat.
0-2 again. Hawkins trying to wrap up the top of the 9th. He's thrown a dozen pitches, 11 strikes, and half of them to Pierzynski. Konerko looking on. 0-2 again. Not yet. Mauer digs one out to keep Rios at first base.
Yeah, nice play by Joe right there, getting that slider on the first hop.
One and 2. Got him. Backed off the breaking ball to 84 miles per hour. Pierzynski gesturing toward Adrian Johnson. The top of the 9th comes to a close. sure. Our Jimmy John's delivery of the game provided by Denard Span.
Well, this coming with in the 5th inning off the bat of Alex Rios. Span making a great catch against the wall, and then a nice sliding catch. That off the bat of A.J. Pierzynski in the 7th.
Span will hit 4th this inning if there's a 4th batter that comes to the plate. Somebody could step up and be a walk-off hero here against Brett Myers.
Myers making his 5th appearance for the Chicago White Sox since coming over from the Houston Astros.
First pitch, stroke to left. So Valencia gets a base hit. And we'll see what is asked of Dozier here.
Valencia picking up his 2nd hit of the ball game, jumping on that fastball and lining it into left field.
Myers saved 19 games for the Astros. Since coming over to the White Sox, that's just the 2nd hit he's allowed. Alexi Casilla running for Valencia. Youkilis in on the edge of the grass.
Dozier with 3 sacrifices on the year.
Deadens it beautiful. Pierzynski throws wildly. Casilla will go to 3rd, and Dozier goes to 2nd. It was a beautiful bunt. And then Pierzynski overshot Beckham.
Watch this bunt right here. A.J. comes out. The ball got that first baseline. Dozier hustling down the line. And it's Beckham, the 2nd baseman, to cover first. A.J. barehanding it and then throwing it. You can see over the head of Dozier off the tip of the glove of Beckham.
Winning run at 3rd, nobody out. And Carroll with the infield and outfield brought in. Strike 1.
Well, Dozier will get a sacrifice bunt, and then the error by Pierzynski, the 3rd error for the White Sox in this ballgame.
One strike to Carroll. Inside, 1-1. Swing and a miss. Breaking pitch off the plate.
A hard-breaking ball, great location.
One and 2 to Jamie Carroll. And now 2-2. Walk-off, and as a member of the Cleveland Indians almost 3 years ago. 2-2. To right field. Rios backpedals. Casilla tags. Coming in. Here's the throw. Offline, and the Twins win it. Carroll delivers the sacrifice fly to win it 7-6.